Hello there, my name is Angel.
And I'm Billy.
And this is Eliana.
Beautiful Eliana.
Yeah, beautiful.
Say hi. And thank you so much for joining us today at the Natural Lifestyle Show. This is a very, very important video. It's going to tell a lot of important information.
So, warning, very important information coming your way.
It is. It's about protein. And there's a big, huge misconception in the Western world that your diet should be centered around protein, a lot of protein, mainly animal protein. I mean, that's how Billy and I basically grew up. Meals, centered around a large portion of protein with some sides.
Yep.
And we're going to learn today how that's really not health promoting at all, and that meat is not needed whatsoever.
Nope.
To get your protein, meet your protein requirements. It's not needed.
Yeah, the thing of it is, you got people out there who are making money with meat, so naturally they want you to
Think that. Yeah, and have it promoted so much. There was a misconception for a while that you couldn't get a complete protein from plants. I mean, because we've all heard like you put beans and rice together and you get a complete protein, stuff like that. Well, no, that's not true. That you don't need it that way. Your body is smart enough to hold on to the amino acids that you eat throughout the days. And it takes the amino acids it needs and it puts them together. This is what happens when your body digests the protein. It's broken down. It breaks down the protein into amino acids. And the amino acids go into your bloodstream, go into the cells, and they're used as they're needed. And your body cannot store protein. So if you eat too much, it's going to put a strain on your kidneys. So it's never a good idea to eat too much protein. But how much protein is the right amount? The World Health Organization suggests 5% of the diet protein.
Wow.
If you've read the China study, their recommendation or what they've studied is about 10% is good. Dr. McDougall of the Starch Solution, he says about 6% to 14%. Basically, he said that breaks down to about 20 to 30 grams of protein a day. But let's see, I've got some figures here of what people actually get. Now, remember, if we're getting more than this 20 to 30 grams of what's needed,
it ain't doing you no good.
As a matter of fact, it's putting a strain on your body. And I'm going to tell you in just a few minutes how a lot of these diet-related diseases that we're seeing these days are directly related to too much protein consumption.
And let me tell you, where I work at, all you see is people eating protein all day long.
Yeah, meat proteins are really, they're worse on the body than too much plant proteins. So it's really sad that all this misinformation is out and about. Okay, so Asians with their rice and vegetable diet, they eat about 40 to 60 grams of protein. So even with just rice and vegetables, you're getting up to twice the recommended. A typical Western diet, if you eat a typical Western diet like me and Billy talked about, meat at the center with sides, then you're eating around 100 to 160 grams of protein a day. So let's say if you're eating 160 grams of protein a day and you need 30 grams, well, your kidneys are going to have to excrete 130 grams of protein that day.
So it's just a waste, folks.
Yeah, it's a waste, and it's putting your body through things it shouldn't have to go through. And you're going to be surprised in a minute when I tell you why the animal protein is so bad. But Eskimo and Atkins diet, people get 200 to 400 grams of protein. So that's a lot.
That is a lot.
So one reason why animal protein is so bad for the body, and it contributes to things like osteoporosis and weak bones actually, is because it creates an acidic environment in the body. And what does the body do? It has to buffer the acidic environment. Your body just can't live like that. So it takes these alkaline minerals out of the bones to buffer it.
Wow, you don't want that.
Yeah, so not only is it, an acidic environment is conducive to disease, so you don't want that to begin with, and then you definitely don't want the breakdown of your bones. Now, another thing that Billy might find interesting, being that he has had kidney stones, is that those minerals that are taken out of your bones end up in the kidneys, and sometimes they create kidney stones.
Yeah, very painful.
So
stuff.
too much protein in the diet can give you kidney stones, which is not good. I mean, he's suffered, and we don't know why he's had kidney stones. I think really it might be a detoxification thing because he was eating very healthy at the time, but I know it's very painful.
Yep, I haven't had none in a long time though.
Yeah, thank God. But the kidneys, going back to, your kidneys having to filter out the excess protein. McDougall says if you eat a meal high in protein, have you ever gone to the bathroom and seen your pee really, really bubbly before? It seems like I might have before. I mean, it's been a long time. But he said that that's an indicator of your kidneys having just filtered out a lot of protein from a meal that was too high in protein.
Okay.
So that's very interesting to note.
It is.
Yeah.
So basically, you can measure it yourself.
Well, I don't know about that. But the article on his site said that people typically who eat a high protein diet, they typically lose 1/3 of their kidney function by the time they're 70 just from eating a high protein diet. But the kidneys, the body can kind of compensate for that even though it's losing the function, because you have to lose a lot of kidney function before it becomes apparent that you've lost the kidney function. So he says that if you have something like diabetes or something like that that's impairing your kidney function, and then eating a high protein diet on top of that,
That ain't gonna do you no good.
it's going to be a double whammy on your kidneys, and you need your kidneys.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's also hard on your liver to filter out this excess protein. And so plant protein, every single thing, fruit, vegetable, nuts, seeds. A lot of people don't know that protein is in fruit,
Sure
It's
is.
in just about every plant food. So, I watched some things of the Engine 21 diet, that guy?
Mm-hmm.
And now on his specials he tells people, and this is true, I've read it other places and I know it from my research, that if you eat enough, you're getting enough protein. If you're not getting enough protein, it's an issue of you not eating enough.
Yeah, it is.
That's the only thing, because everything has protein in it.
And trust me, I eat enough.
Yeah. So if you eat enough, you're getting enough protein. No worries. No worries.
Mm-mm.
And so
Protein?
and I want to tell you too that the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, they agree, which because it's true of course, but they do agree that you get all the protein you need from plant foods. So I'm letting
There you
know, that organization, Dr. Furman, Dr. McDougall, Dr. McGregor, lots of other popular doctors. I mean, there's a lot of people that you can go to their websites or whatever and read and get more educated about this stuff, to find out it really is true, because, sometimes it's hard to realize that you were going off of wrong information. But it's really good to find out what the truth is so that you can live a healthy life and your family live a healthy life. And I want to tell you one more thing here. Oh, this is a really cool thing. Consider this. Human breast milk is low in protein. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Now, when would you think that something would need the most protein? When they're growing.
Mm-hmm.
You think that all the requirements would be higher when you're growing. When you grow up and you're stabilized, but not so much, but growing, you think you would need more. Now, if breast milk only has very, very low percentage, one place said 0.8 to 0.9%. Another place said there was 2.5 grams per 171 calories. I mean, this is low
Yeah, it is
protein. Low. So that should tell you right there that think about it. Okay, this is on the McDougall site. This is just an illustration of protein needs. These Irish prisoners, and this is not so pleasant, they went on a hunger strike, and at around 57 to 73 days, they started dying.
Oh, no.
From hunger, from starving. But when they did tests on them, they found out that they had lost 94% of their fat levels, but only 19% of their protein levels. So he said that they died of a fat deficiency rather than a protein deficiency.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, fat is the stores of energy. So if if the person runs out of fat, then there's just nothing else to draw the energy from. So that's just an example of how, even in this extreme case of them not eating for what is that, over 2 months?
Yep.
They still didn't die of a protein deficiency. So a protein deficiency is not a valid argument. Yeah, but even, and I've heard people say that they were anemic when they were on a standard American diet, but when they came to a plant-based diet, they were finally not anemic. So that's an interesting concept. And there are plant-based foods that if somebody really has a legitimate anemia going on, that's good for them, such as beets. You know, beets are really good for anemia. Maybe we'll do a video about blood building things. But also chlorophyll, leafy green vegetables, things like that. So there's a lot of plant-based foods that really build and purify the body. Yeah. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I just wanted you to be aware of this because this is something, you know, that a lot of people who eat a plant-based diet come up against. And if you have, well, not really come up against, but, you know, it's a concern that a lot of people have. Because if you think about it, before you knew what you knew, you probably thought the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, it's just education and, you know, doing better because you know better and being healthier and promoting health for other people because you care about them. So,
That's correct.
yeah. Please visit our website right here and sign up for a newsletter and
Like and share the video.
subscribe. And visit our group, link below, Living the Natural Life on Facebook. Please join us there.
Yeah, come on over and join the friendly people there.
Yeah, I love it. And like Billy said, people are sharing their videos and just sharing, you know, information, and we loving it. And we really like interacting with you guys, and we really enjoy watching your things, reading your things,
There you go.
getting to know you and stuff. So please join us there. And on our website, we have a lot of things for you to check out, and we do offer coaching. So if you're interested in coaching, visit our website and contact us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining us.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye.